Okay, sorry about that. Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched the latest Doctor Who. It was called The Girl Who Died, and oddly enough, another one of my favorite characters from Game of Thrones, Arya Stark, was involved in this episode. And they get involved with this group of Vikings, and the Doctor has to befriend them, and he comes in making declarations that he is Odin, their masterful, mighty god. And of course, they're all in denial, and they say, "How do we know that you're Odin?" And he said, "Behold my sign." And then he uses this yo-yo, and he's absolutely rubbish with the yo-yo. And it's just such a funny episode. But you know, something horrible is going to happen with an episode titled The Girl Who Died, but I'm not going to go into that in and of itself. We don't really see the sonic sunglasses in this episode, which is different in and of itself. I really enjoyed it. I thought that there was a lot of good humor in it. I liked the villains that were portrayed, the deceit of Odin in and of himself, and how the Doctor and Clara actually expose it for what it is. And it was just such a exceptional episode, much less strange than Before the Flood, I thought. It's still, I'm kind of wondering about something, though, that I don't have any real theories about this, but her character, I'm not going to say, because like I said, it's going to give away a huge plot point, and I really don't want to do that, but it gives me a lot of food for thought, and I'm pretty sure that there are some other Doctor Who fans out there that feel the same way I do. That is pretty much how I feel about this episode. There isn't that much to say about it, other than Vikings are involved. And it had a reminiscent tone with the opening episode that involved the medieval involvement. He didn't break the fourth wall like he did in this. Well, he did. He did break the fourth wall with this episode. And Before the Flood, he actually mentions Google, and I thought, you've broken the fourth wall before, Doctor, but not in such a humorous way, because he mentions the concept and then he says Google it. And it was very, very interesting. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Just brilliant, marvelous. And I'm not going to give another spoiler away about this episode, because as a Whovian myself, they actually had one of my favorite doctors involved. I'm not going to say which one. I'm not even going to give it away by a catchphrase, but now the Doctor actually has a catchphrase. It's, "I'm the Doctor and I save people." And I think that's so much more concise than a lot of the other catchphrases we have heard, and I think it really suits our rebel Doctor. But it actually reveals him to have a heart. We've seen this before with what happened with Davros in the 2-hour special, and him having compassion. I didn't go through that because, like I said, that would be giving spoilers away, and I didn't want to delve into that. But now you know. That was the reason why he saved him. Of course, he incurred the whole Time War that way by giving carte blanche to Davros to do what he willed and create the Dalek. But it just he loses his screwdriver in the process. That's the one thing. It's he has sacrificed. He's willing to sacrifice everything in order to help the humanity to advance. And there's so much to be said about that. I just think that it's just really glorious and so heartfelt and inspiring. I think it gives me hope as a human being, and I'm glad that I can be one of those people that I want to do something constructive rather than destructive. I want to help rather than hinder. And like the doctor, I want to save people. I mean, I don't really want to save people, but I want to help people realize their own potential. And a lot of people don't, they walk around with blinders. They don't really know. And the doctor, he does this so well and so beautifully, and I think that the writers of the show, they evoke this in such meaningful ways and very emotional ways that we as the viewer can really grasp and understand. And though it is a so-called children's program, I think there are a lot of things that we as adults can learn, especially adults with the heart of a child. You know, I'm a big kid. I can't help it. Really, this is another good one. It was one I liked a lot better than Before the Flood. It brought back that old nostalgic feel, I think. Peter Capaldi is he's a consummate actor, and he's absolutely sensational. He's astronomically talented. But it was interesting that exchange he had with himself at the very end. I thought, I don't know if you guys have any theories out there, but I would absolutely relish hearing them. That's basically all I have to say about The Girl Who Died. I plan on seeing The Girl Who Lived, or actually it's called The Woman Who Lived is the next episode, but I haven't seen it yet. I have yet to watch The Last Kingdom. I just started taping it. I've got Heroes Reborn, which I have not watched. I've been watching Gotham. I've been enjoying Gotham. Big Bang Theory has been very solid. The best episode yet was the helium insufficiency. That is so funny. They realized what they were doing was non-ethical. Yeah, I'm glad they did, because they didn't know to whom that helium actually belonged to, and they made the right decision. So I'm glad they did that, and doing that within the realm of a sitcom, which I don't think has ever been breached before. It was exploring new territory, and in their field, that's true. The whole playing field of physics is kind of cutthroat, to say the least. You know, if you make a discovery first, you just gotta be all over it before somebody else gets the credit before you do, and gets the glory and the notoriety and the Nobel Peace Prize. And it's just, yeah, there's so much involved with that. It's not even funny, but I've enjoyed that. I've been watching My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, as you've seen my reviews on that. Haven't watched Limitless yet. I've been enjoying NCIS and NCIS LA. Best episode yet was Blame It on Rio, which I thought was hysterical. It gave me a much needed laugh. I finished a lot of things. Of course, you can see I posted some new songs. I'm going to be recording a new song from my latest, well, I haven't written it yet, but I'm in the process of writing it. It's called Perchance to Fly, and it's a rom-com. And of course, I'm going to be doing a comedy adventure. It's called This Is How We Roll. It's basically a script that I've rewritten, because in the past I had a similar idea of friends getting together from different religious backgrounds, going to a casino, and it was just one casino in particular, but in Vegas. And this one, they go to different casinos, and there is a casino in Vegas that one of the characters gets caught for counting cards, and yeah, the mafia gets on them, and he's delivered an ultimatum, and he can never come to that casino or any other casino ever again, because because they're all interlinked and everybody knows everybody else, and it's basically a network. Yeah. So yeah, the decision is basically made for him, and he doesn't lose his life, but he he has to find a new hobby with his friends, basically, to get some kind of catharsis. But it's something I've never really done before, having put some characters in a rather perilous pickle, but they get themselves out of with negotiation rather than violence. There's another one I'm writing. It's going to be a comedy. It's called The Hedonists. It's about a family of hedonists that they love food and sex, and they they live a life. Actually, the life lived inside their house, they are naked all the time. Outside their house, they don't do that because of public indecency, and they're careful about that. But their neighbors are kind of prim, proper, buttoned, very, I guess, well, the hedonists next door, the Gustarians, they say, "Oh, you're so repressed." But yeah, that's a running gag. But other than that, I really haven't done that much else. I wanted to redo my parody of Rocky Like a Hurricane, which I'm going to do. It's for November. It's called Cooking You a Turducken. Yeah, I shouldn't laugh at my own jokes. But the other one that I'm going to be doing, it's perfect for the end of October, Halloween, is I Just Want to Take Your Life. It's basically it is a parody of I Just Want to Take Your Time by Sam Hunt. I've been hearing it a lot at work. I'm like, how did I come up with that? That is just macabre. But nah, it's my mind. It's the way my mind works sometimes. And sometimes my murderous rage comes out in parody. But at least I don't engage in murderous rage, and I don't hurt people in real life. I just do it through song and in my imagination. Yeah, if that were a crime, then yeah, they would be sending me to the paddy wagon and to the asylum. But thankfully, no such thing has happened. But that's all I have to say about Doctor Who so far and everything that's been going on. And we're hoping to get our border. Oh, I know I've said this before. We're in the process of getting our border. He needed to take another direction and go someplace else and not be bogged down by the the temptation that's in the town where I live. Unfortunately, he knows this, so getting out of the town and going elsewhere would be more advantageous for him. But it's a process, and we're going to be calling that place today rather than them calling us, because we just think it's not going anywhere. But we're going to get him on the right track, and hopefully this will end well. But that's basically all I have to say, and until I see you again, live long, prosper. Ciao tutti!